Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you to the Martinsville Speedway as we are getting ready for NASCAR Spring Cup Series racing here from the paperclip. It is race number 6 of the 2016 NASCAR Spring Cup Series season. We are getting ready for our first short track race of 2016. I'm Rick Burton here in the broadcast booth here to give you coverage of the STP 500, a 50-lap race here at Martinsville Speedway. Let's take you down to the track and show you who is on the pole for today's race. And that driver is indeed number 1 of Jimmie McMurray. He got a great run in qualifying, won the pole in that McDonald Chevrolet. So McMurray will start on the pole for the first time in 2016. Alongside will be Joe Gibbs Racing's number 19 of Carl Edwards. Row 2, another great qualifying run with a 55 of David Reagan on the inside of row number 2, alongside a 9-time Martinsville winner, Jimmie Johnson. On row number 3, Clint Boyer and Martin Truex Jr., two Furniture Row Racing teammates, running the same paint scheme this weekend. Row 4, Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano and Chase Elliott, the rookie, alongside Brad Keselowski. They will complete your top 10. Down below, you'll see your starting grid rolling across your screen. And Jimmie McMurray on pole here at Martinsville. So far in the first 5 races of the year, we have seen 5 different winners go to victory lane. Ryan Newman, Casey Kane, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and now Denny Hamlin added his name to that list of drivers last weekend at Fontana. Next weekend, the NASCAR Spring Cup Series will be heading to the Texas Motor Speedway. Also, some big news this morning. It was announced that NASCAR has decided that starting with the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series next weekend at Texas, we will be starting the green-white checker rule. We will have at least one attempt at a green-white checker, maybe more if needed, but that is due to all these races ending under caution and affecting the outcome of the race. So we are going to try something different should we need it at Texas next weekend. Enough talk, let's take you down trackside and give you the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
The pace car will lead the field on down into turn number 1. Jimmie McMurray, second career Martinsville pole. And this has always been a good track for McMurray. Carl Edwards on his outside. David Reagan, top 5 here 1 year ago. Jimmie Johnson and Clint Boyer. Outside the top 10, you got Kurt Busch. Got Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, who won yesterday's Xfinity race from the pole. He led 36 of the 40 laps. What will we see today? McMurray and Carl Edwards, your front row. Coming out of turn number 4, they will see the green flag. Coming down the green flag, and McMurray will get us underway. Issues on the 27 of Paul Menard. He did not get going as McMurray had tried to clear Edwards for the lead. And looks like he might do it, but Carl finally back on the outside. Johnson 3rd, Reagan 4th, and 78 of Truex. That is your top 5. Landon Castle on pit road as well with that number 40 car. 2 cars did not get going or had some sort of problem on their pace lap. And McMurray trying to clear the 19. It looks like he may do it as here comes the 48 on the inside. Jimmie Johnson on the inside of the 19 as 19 trying to stay on the outside of McMurray. And the caution is already out. Michael Annett and Kyle Larson got together down here as McMurray won the battle at the line. But Kyle Larson, Michael Annett involved as Paul Menard and Landon Castle are now driving away from pit road. But early issues with those two drivers, and now Michael Annett and Kyle Larson have now brought out our first caution of the day. Let's go back and see what happens. Regan Smith just turned towards the wall. I don't know what that was, but caution out for the 42 of Kyle Larson and the 46 of Michael Annett down here in turn number 3. And looks like the 42 and the 95 of Michael McDowell also went around. The 95 of McDowell, if I can find them. There goes McDowell. Looks like he's going to get turned by David Gilliland. And then Larson gets turned, comes up the track into Michael Annett and just a whole melee back here. And Larson was running in 12th place. I don't know how he got all the way back. Oh, he's going to get put in the wall by somebody. It's like he overdrove it and lose. Oh, look at all the spots. And then Regan Smith. That's why those two drivers were all the way back there. That's why they lost all those spots. And then McDowell spins, and Landon Castle and Paul Minonda, they had their early trouble on their pace lap. So now that's why we're under yellow. And Jamie McMurray, after some severe racing with Carl Edwards, he's now your leader in that number 1 car. Edwards is second. Johnson, Reagan, and Kevin Harvick your top 5. Michael Annett in 46. He has took his car behind the wall. So Annett's day is over here. Only 4 laps into the race. Let's run out your top 10. Martin Truex, a nice run by Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, and Brad Keselowski. Then make up your top 10. Clint Boyer, Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, Hamlin, and Brian Vickers. That is your top 15. And Kyle Larson has also took his car behind the wall, so Larson will finish 42nd today. Going back to green here on lap number 8 of 40. We'll have about 32 to go. Out in front of the field is Jamie McMurray, your pole center. We have 39 cars on the lead lap. 41 are on track. Kyle Larson, Michael Annett in the garage out of the race. So can McMurray hang on? Edwards second and Johnson third. We're back underway. And the 48 now to the inside of Carl Edwards, trying to get second away from that number 19. As here comes Johnson on the inside. And Harvick on the inside of David Reagan. The 48 clears the 19. So now Johnson is second behind McMurray. Carl goes high again. Here comes the 4 of Kevin Harvick to the inside in that 4 car. And Paul Menard, that 27, coming back down the pit road. So is the 38 of David Gilliland on pit road in that number 38 car. Not quite sure why he's on pit road. Darrell Wallace Jr. making his Cup Series debut right now, 31st. Jed Burke making his first start of the year right now, 32nd on track. And Johnson right on the back bumper of that 1 of McMurray. Harvick and Carl Edwards back here. That is about up 3rd place. Truex, your top 5, Logano, Reagan, Keselowski, Elliott, and Clint Boyer. That is your top 10, but Kurt Busch on the outside trying to get inside the top 10. And we are under yellow again. Possibly involved in that number 3 of Austin Dillon, who we see on pit road right now. Austin Dillon has took his car behind the wall. So trouble for that number 3 of Dillon. Let's see if we can go to Austin Dillon on pit road. Not quite sure why the caution is out though. Let's see why. The caution has just came out because of the 13 of Casey Mears and the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. getting together down here on turn number 1. That right there is what brought out the caution. Austin Dillon had possibly a mechanical problem because there's a 3 car off pace coming to pit road, limping to pit road. Let's go back and see if Dillon may have had any contact. I don't see anything, so mechanical problem on that number 3 of Austin Dillon. So he will finish 41st today in that number 3 car. So not a good day early on for RCR. We now have 37 cars on the lead lap and now 40 on the track as 3 cars are now behind the wall. Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, and Michael Annett. While up at the front of the field, how about McMurray in the 1 car? What a great run by Jamie McMurray, who almost won the fall race here, but lost to the 24 Jeff Gordon. Gordon got the win. McMurray set up with 2nd place, but McMurray has always been very good here at Martinsville Speedway. And running 2nd, pretty much the king of this track, Jimmie Johnson, over 8 or 9 wins here. He just knows how to get it done. Kevin Harvick won here back in 2011. Has not won here since. Right now, he right now runs 3rd. Right, and then you got the 19 of Carl Edwards. He was quick in practice, quick in qualifying. Started 2nd today. He's now 4th. And Martin Truex Jr. your top 5. Logano, Reagan, Keselowski, Elliott, and Kurt Busch. That is now your top 10. Going to green with 35 to go. Can Jamie McMurray hang on and pick up his first win in over 2 years? Last one at I believe, Talladega back in 2013. Pretty much 3 years since his last one. We're back on the way as a 4-car is not up front. Kevin Harvick appears that he had to make an unscheduled pit stop, and here comes Johnson on the inside for the lead. Jimmie Johnson and McMurray, two drivers who battle for the win in the Sprint Unlimited. The 48 won, and now he's taking that low Chevrolet to the top of the board. Johnson to the lead. He leads lap number 16 at Martinsville. But he's bringing that 19 with him on the inside. Edwards on the inside of McMurray now. Truex and David Reagan, your top 5. Johnson, your new leader at Martinsville. Keselowski makes the pass on his teammate Logano. Now brings the rookie Chase Elliott on the inside. Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch. Kenseth beside his teammate Denny Hamlin. And Trevor Baynes is on pit road in the 6 car. So Baynes now 1 lap down. That will give us 36 cars on the lead lap. But trouble for the 4 of Kevin Harvick, who we are just now being told he had a flat tire. Had to come down pit road just prior to that green flag. The good news is Harvick is on the lead lap. Bad news, he's in 36th place. So now Jimmie Johnson has the lead with now going to be about 25 to go this time by. He now leads the 19 as we are back on the yellow again. I'm not quite sure why we are on the yellow. Ryan Newman possibly involved, the number 31 car. Your 2013 winner, or no, forget that, to your 2012 winner here at Martinsville. Ryan Newman involved in our 2nd caution of the day, our 3rd caution, I believe. I have no idea. Yeah, he's just going to get loose and runs right into the wall. That's pretty much what happened for Ryan Newman. Maybe some oil on track, not quite sure why, but that's all I see for what right out the caution. And the 48 won the battle at the line, so he will be a leader when we go back green. And let's advance that a little bit further forward. We are just about to pass the halfway point in this race. We're going to be about 25 to go when we go green, 26 to go. Can Jimmie Johnson hang on? Carl Edwards is 2nd, McMurray, Truex, and a great run out of David Reagan. Right now, your top 5. Can the 19 get a good job and get around that 48? We're back underway. 26 to go, and Johnson, your leader. Edwards 2nd, now Truex on the inside of McMurray. That is 3rd place on track, bringing that 55 with David Reagan with him. And then you got Keselowski. How about Chase Elliott in 7th? Logano, Boyer, and Kyle Busch, your top 10. Now Elliott on the inside of Keselowski. Brad clears him, but here comes Reagan now on the inside of McMurray, and McMurray's going to get sideways as the 4 of Kevin Harvick now coming down pit road. So issues on the number 4 of Kevin Harvick as his day has gone from bad to worse. On pit road, the Busch Light, number 4 Chevrolet. Reagan clears McMurray. Now here comes the 2 of Keselowski to the inside. So McMurray dropping back on this restart now outside the top 5 in that number 1 car. As now Johnson, Edwards, Truex, Reagan, and Keselowski. Now Logano. Now he's got to run that 22 car, or that number 24 car. Now he's going to drive to the back bumper of the 1. Clint Boyer trying to get inside the top 10. He will get around the number 18 of Kyle Busch. Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, Greg Biffle, Allmendinger, and Dale Jr. your top 15. Kenseth, Kane, Vickers, Hamlin, and Tony Stewart your top 20. Then the 2 teammates, Al Morella and Elliott Sadler, Ryan Scott, Justin Allgaier, and Darrell Wallace Jr. And there goes Newman and Vickers and Hamlin in the wall. That will bring out another caution as we have just completed the 30th lap of the race. We'll have 20 to go, or less than 20 to go when we go back green, but the number 11 got together with the 15 of Brian Vickers. And let's go back and see what happened, as it's going to be a tough day for Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick, your top 2 in yesterday's Xfinity race. They're definitely not going to be the top 2 today. And it's like Denny got in the back bumper of the 15, got Vickers loose, and Hamlin just got collected in that whole mess, and that brought out the caution. That really wasn't necessary of a caution. I mean, that really didn't need no caution, but that's how NASCAR viewed it, and they threw a caution. While at the front of the field, we'll have about less than 20 to go. I can't remember if I mentioned this today, but starting next weekend at the Texas Motor Speedway, we will be having the green-white checker rule in place, meaning that from now on, the races will not end under yellow, at least for one extra try, as we will be giving out green-white checker attempts. We will have one, and we could have more if needed. But right now, starting next weekend at Texas, we should not have any any races ending under yellow. So that could really give it like a big benefactor on who wins the races. So right now, Jimmie Johnson and Carl Edwards, they are your top two with about 16 to go this time by. So can Jimmie Johnson hang on? Can Carl Edwards get by? Yeah, Truex, David Reagan, and Keselowski. What a great run by David Reagan. There's been rumors floating around the garage area that MWR could be selling that team sometime. There's been rumors that Chip Ganassi Racing could be buying one of those Toyotas. H. Scott Motorsports that came into play. Germain Racing. No word, any deal yet, but right now, Johnson will get us back underway, and a great job on the 19 of Carl Edwards. And Reagan giving MWR a great run today in 4th place. Keselowski, Logano, Elliott, McMurray, Kurt Busch, and Kyle Busch, your top 10. Coming down to the line, 15 to go. Can Johnson hang on? Carl has never won here at Martinsville, but he has a fast car. Let's see how he was able to hang on the outside of McMurray at the beginning of the race. That's how you know that 19 is quick. Go back to Friday in the truck race. Christopher Bell led the most laps but failed to get the win. Watch the Daniel Suarez. And as there's the 4 of Kevin Harvick on pit road, we have a couple more cars on pit road. Ryan Newman and Casey Mears on pit road. 13 to go. And it appears that whenever a car or a couple of cars come down pit road, there's normally a yellow. We're just going to watch. And there it is. He's going to get turned by Junior, and Clint Boyer gets collected. We all knew a caution was going to come out because this car was coming down pit road. Clint Boyer got turned, and he got some pretty good damage in that number 77. Gets behind Brian Vickers, and the caution will come out once again here at Martinsville. And I would like to apologize for all the yellows, but here at Martinsville, any short track race for that matter, we always see a lot of yellows. That's just how this game works, as Yaley and Menard is right in the back of Landon Castle, and look at all the damage on that 27 of Paul Menard. That could be another car going behind the wall, as we have less than 10 to go. Caution came out for that number 77 of Clint Boyer, Matt Kenseth, and Dale Jr. getting together. And we were running along with them too. Clint Boyer, Matt Kenseth, here comes Junior. He gets in the back of Matt. Matt clips 77 of Clint Boyer, and they all go up in the outside wall. And let's forget about that, and let's take it back up to the front. And this is pretty much a survival race, the way you look at it. Right now, Johnson just having a great run right now in the lead, but the 19 is right there. Does the 19 get a good jump on this, what could be a final restart? There will be no green-white checkers in this race, but beginning next weekend at Texas, we will most likely have a few green-white checkers if needed. That'll be 7 to go this time by. Johnson, Edwards, Truex, your top 3. David Reagan and Brad Keselowski. Logano, McMurray, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, and give it a call to A.J. Allmendinger here up inside the top 10. He had a great run here in the fall of last season. Chase Elliott, Greg Biffle, Casey Kane, Eric Almirola, and Ryan Blaney, your top 15. That'll be 7 to go. Does the 48 get another good jump, or does 19 try to get something going? Here we go. A great jump on the 19 of Carl Edwards. And he's right there on that back bumper of the 48. David Reagan on the inside of Truex. And Carl might want to make a pass very quickly because you know how the yellows flow here at Martinsville. 6 to go. Johnson out in front. The 19 right on his back bumper. David Reagan now trying to get third away from Martin Truex as the yellow is again out. But here comes the 19 on the inside. They're side by side coming off turn number 4. Who will it be at the stripe? Edwards has the nose. Johnson has to run, and Johnson will get him at the line. But he's going to hit the wall. Johnson hits the wall. But we should not be going back green, so, but, unless we go back green, the 48 is going to win the race, unless he has to come down pit road, which I don't believe he will have to. But the caution is out once again, unfortunately. But remember, green-white checkers will start next weekend. And I'm sure you guys can tell that I am very aggravated right now. This is like the 18th time I've tried to record this race. Same thing every dang time, so that's why I'm not really really pumped up about this race, because this race sucks. But back here, Landon Castle, Matt DiBenedetto, Casey Mears. Looks like Mears had some sort of mechanical problem trying to come to pit road, but Matt DiBenedetto had nowhere to go. Michael McDowell, Landon Castle, and Yaley. Carl had a great run down here in turn number 1 and 2, but down here in turn 3, he had a good entrance, but Johnson got a great run off the corner, and that could be the winning move right there with Johnson. But then he's going to hit the wall, and, well, looks like he will be okay. And he is in front of Carl Edwards, and we will not be able to go back green. So that means Jimmie Johnson could possibly pick up his first win of 2016 here at Martinsville. We will not go back green today, and we have taken the white flag, and we are coming to the checker flag, and he's pretty much the king at the paperclip. This will probably be his 9th or 10th career win, but coming down to the line, Jimmie Johnson for Hendrick Motorsports will pick up the win here in the STP 500. Jimmie Johnson wins at Martinsville. And the 19 of Carl Edwards will come up with 2nd place. But how about the run by David Reagan, 3rd place, Martin Truex, and Joey Logano, your top 5. Brad Keselowski, McMurray, Kurt Busch, Allmendinger, and Elliott will be your top 10 finishers here today. Like I said earlier, I'd like to apologize for how really effed up this race was. A lot of yellows, a lot of, glitches like this, but that's just how the way it is sometimes. But I don't know why these guys back here will a lap down, but thank you for tuning in for us for our coverage. Next weekend, like we said a bunch of times already, we'll be at the Texas Motor Speedway next weekend, so be on the lookout for that race. Xfinity will be at Texas as well. So, and that is all here from Martinsville. On your screen now, you will see your results and points after race number 6 of the season. And that is all here from Martinsville. I'm Eric Burton in the booth here. Thank you for joining us with our coverage of the STP 500. It was not the best broadcast, but that's the best we can do here at Martinsville. So thanks for joining with us, and we will see you next weekend at the Texas Motor Speedway here on March 531. Goodbye, everyone.